What I really like is this Aries light. This is one of my favorite features.
It looks like a stormtrooper that's gone rogue.
What's up, Gladiator fanatics? Card here from Forge 4x4. We are at the world famous SEMA show in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, and here are some of our favorite Gladiator builds from 2022. All right, this is one of my favorite Gladiator builds, mostly for what's underneath the hood. Hellcat Swaps, America's Most Wanted, but installed and built by Doetsch Offroad. They do Hellcat Swaps now. You got the factory fender, but chopped here. You got the road armor bumper plus the King coilover suspension. This is the most insane suspension I've ever seen to power those 40-inch tires. Dana 60 in the back. Rockside engineering. This thing rips over 700 horsepower. It is a monster, and yeah, one of my favorite Gladiator builds here at the show. All right, check out this Overland Gladiator with the PCOR system on the back. This is really built for some heavy duty off-roading. The Milestar tires on here look awesome, especially with the beadlock fuel wheels. You have some rock sliders here, and the suspension is a Bilstein reservoir shocks. Not coilover, but those things are pretty heavy duty. You got a lot of weight on this rig, and that's gonna handle it. Plus, I really like this bumper, Smitty belt winch. Got a light bar up there. This thing is set up for adventure. I'm a big fan of this wrap. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but overall, really, really classy build. We have the DeCoder Gladiator concept here. This thing is pretty sweet. The worn bumper on the front, you could actually take those off if you wanted something a little bit more low profile. 37-inch tires. I love those tube doors. Plus that red leather seats are pretty epic. And in the back, we have a rack system that is cool. Beadlock tires, continuing the worn bumper in the back, spray and bed liner. That's pretty clean.
All right, I'm just gonna whisper into the microphone on this one because I don't like this build at all. It's a Jeep Gladiator build with big old deep dish tires. You guys know I feel like that. It looks like a stormtrooper that's gone rogue. The suspension setup's pretty cool. I do like how they painted the axles, but overall, I'm gonna throw up in my mouth. I feel like I was a little too harsh. It's a good build. It's a good build. Those tires aren't for me. Not a big deep dish guy. Give me some meats.
All right, in the Truck Hero booth, we got this firecracker red Jeep Gladiator. I love these tube fenders with that integrated light is really rad. Plus they have this little Light Shield Pro. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of that. Clean bumper. We got a light bar on the front, a snorkel, and looks like 37 to 40-inch BF Goodrich tires. Overall, pretty clean build. Oh, and in the back, check this out. So you got the sport rack right here with 5 lights on the back. You don't see that very often with Gladiators, but it's a clean look. Now we're in the Napier booth, and this Gladiator built by Doetsch Offroad is pretty rad. This is the Stormtrooper, rotary forged wheels with the Discoverer STT Pro. These are the new tires by Cooper. You have Dirt Logic shocks in there, the Rockside engineering side steps, the rigid light up front. Plus, what I really like about this, it's a camping vehicle for the whole family. Not only do you have the RTT on top of that Rhino rack, but in the back here you have this tent truck bed setup that is really cool because now the children can go up there, you can go in the back, camp anywhere that you want. This build is rad. All right, behind me, we've got another Gladiator build here with the MT wheels that look pretty aggressive. Those aren't bad. You got some Rancho lift. These slide steps by WP, I'm not sure exactly what those are, but I really like these tube doors because they're pretty low profile. I like the mesh, keeps everything relatively clean. CVT awning on here, and in the back, we got a rack system that is pretty cool. Check out Warrior Products. Overall, nice build. We're at the High Lift Jack booth with another Gladiator. Rockslide engineering side steps. I really like these worn beadlock wheels. It's got a sky-jacked suspension system and some KC highlights. Overall, pretty basic build. I do like the Ram Air hood, but it's not bad. I think a lot of people would like to drive that.
All right, it's me again, standing in front of some angry guys. I know some of you like that, but I don't really like it, so I'm not really gonna talk about it. We're at the Warren booth, but this thing is cool, I guess.
We are in the Go Rhino booth with a monster Gladiator here, 40-inch Baja Legend MTZ tires, the Falcon shocks. We have always been a big fan of the Falcons, but one thing I really like here is this integrated jack. This is for someone who knows they're gonna get in sticky situations all the time. You could jack that thing right up. I like this bumper, the Trailline front bumper. You got a couple pod lights right here, monster pod lights right there, and a ton of lights on top. The whole rack system in the back is really intense. Tube doors plus the Go Rhino side steps and the black Rhino, not affiliated with Go Rhino, but black Rhino. See what they did there. Wheels, this is a pretty crazy built Gladiator. I'm at Rockslide Engineering with Tanner here. He's got a really awesome solution. Instead of swapping out Dana's 60s on his Jeep Gladiator 48-inch tires, what are we cooking with here? Try to explain it. I don't understand it, but it sounds really cool.
So what this is a 74 weld portal axle. So with the portal axle, it basically just replaces where your knuckle would go in the front. It drops everything down. You get 4 inches of lift, a 22% gear reduction. So with these big tires, it's as if we've already re-geared it. It pulls all the stress off the axles and the ring and pinion. Just a really cool, quick, easy way to just take your Jeep to the next level with
if you're trying to do a 1-ton axle or something, there's a lot of work that goes into it, and you still have some failure points over here, so this reinforces that. You work with the Dana 44 axle, pushing over 500 horsepower on this thing with 40-inch tires. Something's going to break eventually, so it's a really cool solution.
It's awesome. It's cool to see a USA-made product. They machine everything out of California, I believe, and I mean, you can do it on a Saturday. You can put this in.
And that's not all. We got Bilstein reservoir shocks on here, the TerraFlex lift, Rockslide Engineering side steps. You know we love these side steps with the integrated light, and a little tonneau cover in the back. True beadlock wheels. Solid build. Solid build. We got another Jeep Gladiator with big old deep dish tires. You know I don't like that, so I'm not going to talk about it again. All right, behind me you have a 2022 Jeep Comanche, sort of, not really. It's a Jeep Rubicon 4xe, but then they cut the back of it and threw a Gladiator truck bed on it. We are in the Quadratec booth. I like the green. I like these wheels and big old meat on there, linked suspension, but what's really cool about it, it's a hybrid with a truck bed. That's pretty cool. All right, I'm in the Lippert booth with a really interesting Gladiator here. We have the FabTech tube fenders, I think, but it's all Rhino line. It's kind of an army green. What I really like is this Aries light. Apparently it's a curved LED light that's a prototype that looks pretty sweet. This is always something that I'm looking for. I like that clean lines, especially the wraparound, which is really cool. Wheels and tires, I couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you what those are. Lippert? I don't know. All right, I'm at the Black Horse booth with a pretty cool Gladiator build. You got the Black Horse bumper on here. Plus, I really like these tube fenders, basically because I like how the light is integrated. Little hood scoop on top, some heavy duty side steps, BF Goodrich's with rough country suspension, plus a Black Horse headache rack with integrated lights and the ability to mount stuff on the top right here. Gives you a ton of storage. All right, I'm at the SeaSucker booth. This is really interesting. We got a bunch of suction cups here to mount pretty much anything that you want. We're familiar with these because we normally mount our camera gear with suction cups whenever we're off-roading, but you can mount just about anything. Tons of pulling pressure. You got a light bar, just showing different examples. A bike rack up there, a rooftop tent. Really cool product if you're looking for a mounting solution and you're trying to do it on the body of your vehicle, which is no longer steel, so you can't put a magnet on it. You have to have something like this. All right, I'm at the TrailRax booth with an awesome Gladiator build. This has the TrailRax rack on top. This is really clean. Mounts to that hard top, plus this is one of my favorite features on any truck bed. I think they have it locked right now. I don't want to break it, but I love how this pops up and you have the rooftop tent up there. I don't like RTTs that hang over the top of Gladiators, so this height is perfect in my opinion, and you have MOLLE panels and gaskets all the way around so you can mount things 360 degrees on that Gladiator. Solid build, solid rack. All right, check out this Gladiator with the full Rhino liner, but painted and designed. You have some side steps here from Aries, plus a rooftop rack. I like the snorkel, but overall, I think the biggest thing with this build is that paint job. Tons of ducts. This guy definitely gets out there, and you can't tell because it's all Rhino line, including the bumper. I guess you can never have too much Rhino liner. All right, behind me we got a RackTec Jeep Gladiator with one of the most robust suspension setups I've seen. This is the Race Series monster shock with dual piston something. I don't know what that is. There's a reservoir and there's a lot of oil going back and forth. With a Curry, at least a 1-ton axle, monster 40-inch tires with true beadlock, and then the RackTec rack. I actually really like this integrated lights right there. CVT awning, but really I think the dual 1-ton axles plus that shock, this thing has got to go. Hopefully it's a diesel. All right, check out this new product by Yakima. It's a kitchen in a box, the Yakima Open Range. This comes down, you have your stove, sink, all of that fits in. Put it in the back of your truck, plus these legs pop out. You can literally have a full kitchen setup anywhere that you go. I could see this working great for overlanders. Little storage unit, put some utensils in there, cutting board, put all your pots and pans. This thing is really rad, and look how it just all folds up into a little box like that. What's really cool too, not necessarily for full-on overlanders and big-time off-roaders, but if you just want to have a camping setup and need some extra storage, they got this whole Yakima system that slides out, and you could put the kitchen right on top here. So you fold that out and you got a kitchen no matter where you go. Solid job. We know, we love their road showers, their racks, but this product I think is game-changing. That's pretty cool. That is a wrap on SEMA. I hope you enjoyed those awesome rigs. And if you didn't know, we're giving away a 2022 Ford Bronco Wildtrak featured in the Cooper Tire booth at SEMA. So if you want to win it, just go to forge4x4.com and consider subscribing if you like this video. And if you didn't, I don't know what to tell you. Go drink a beer, relax a little bit, having a good time, having fun. Everyone's having fun. Why are you still watching? Where are you going? The camera always has to stay on me.